is 7.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
CVM News at 7 Headlines Thursday. Brought to you by Guardian Life. Live secure. Live easy.
Coming up in CVM News at 7, family in mourning after relative murdered at Manchester home. Fire at retirement disposal site, windy conditions posing a challenge. Vaz Campbell settlement raises questions on public discourse. Query This asks if bullying in schools could lead to criminal charges. In Tech Pulse, we talk AI lighting the way. And in sports, Mbappe, Dembele, power France into World Cup semi-finals.
CVM News at 7 Headlines Thursday. Brought to you by Guardian Life. Live secure. Live easy.
Should critical illness strike? Don't let worry fill your head. Say hello to happiness and goodbye to worry with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan. Secure your medical expenses in the event of critical illness ahead of time while benefiting from more investment portfolio and so much more. Give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan today. And live secure, live easy.
Win with KFC, big league, join the league. Big league. Win a trip to Brazil, all you mean? Yeah. Big deal, meal deal, big match. Just buy KFC and win that. From now until July 20th, 2026, buy a big deal or meal deal for a chance to win a trip for 2 to Brazil. Courtesy of KFC. That's $500,000 cash from Best Dressed Chicken. 11 weekly winners score free KFC for a year. 65-inch TVs, smartphones, and more. Just WhatsApp your receipt to 876-784-7811 to enter and win big in the KFC Big League. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting Gaming Law.
From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Thursday, July 9, 2026. I'm Nika Lewis. Thank you for joining us. A legal battle that began with allegations made on the political platform has now ended with an apology and a settlement. But beyond the courtroom, the development is prompting renewed discussions about the impact of public statements and the need for greater accountability in national conversations. Kevin Black has more.
Government Minister Daryl Vaz says his name has been vindicated after PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell issued a public apology to settle a defamation lawsuit filed in 2023. The case stemmed from comments made during a political meeting in Clarendon, with Dr. Campbell withdrawing the statements, acknowledging they were false and agreeing to pay $1.5 million in legal costs.
It's poetic justice that vindication from this political attack should stem from a suit involving no other person than the General Secretary of the People's National Party. The unequivocal apology and out-of-court settlement has now made it clear beyond a shadow of a doubt that this political smear campaign, orchestrated by my opponents, are false and downright lies.
The settlement has also renewed the debate about accountability in Jamaica's political discourse. Political commentator Jermaine Barrett says the case is a reminder that facts must take precedence over political rhetoric.
One would hope that the lessons that are to be learned here have been learned or are being learned, and that the political candidates need to be careful and not just pander to the masses and dangle the red meat as they ever so oftentimes do, unmindful of the truthfulness of their comments.
Barrett says the settlement is a positive step, but lasting change will require politicians to focus more on issues than personal attacks.
So I don't think that is going to be a significant or tangible change with respect to the political discourse within the country. But it really should. I want to hope that it does. And I think maybe we might need one or two more of these kinds of rulings to really bring home the message forcefully to political aspirants that this kind of diatribe is absolutely unacceptable and will lead to penalties.
Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
A legal battle, well, we've said that before, but it's been approximately 9 months since Hurricane Melissa struck Jamaica, and the commercial landscape and communities in Black River are yet to recover. Despite the government's plans to have a vibrant commercial hub with flood-resilient corridors for the proposed third city, past president of the parish's Chamber of Commerce, Cadian Myers-Brown, says development is at snail's pace and several businesses remain buried beneath the rubble left in the wake of the Category 5 hurricane. Myers-Brown and business operators are now calling on the government to provide urgent reassurance about the town's future, financial assistance, and a clear, immediate plan to revive the town of St. Elizabeth's capital. Natasha Williams has more.
To get Jamaica back up and running as quickly as possible. We have seen examples in other countries that had delayed restoration, and what happened is that communities literally died. Commercial activities literally died and never recovered or partially recovered.
That's a statement made by the State Minister in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Delano C. Wright, in March, in regards to reasons for the shift from immediate recovery plans to business development in Black River. However, those plans seemed to have died a slow death, as former president of the Black River Chamber of Commerce, Cadian Myers-Brown, in a recent interview with the Jamaica Observer, says there's a lull in Black River. Myers-Brown, who's also a veteran businesswoman, says with respect to the family-owned businesses re-energizing the commercial area, quote, there is nothing happening in this space in terms of this new resilience that we hear the government speaking about, end quote. However, President of the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce, Emil Leiber, says he's in support of calls made by Myers-Brown for the government to speed up the restoration plans for the parish's commercial community.
We do agree that the businesses cannot wait indefinitely or for extended periods without some immediate support. So we do support the calls for more immediate perhaps funding and facilitation in place to support the business community in Black River until the greater plans can be implemented.
Based on a Black River Business Survey report carried out recently, employment and income has decreased by 87%. With this drastic drop, Leiber says his organization has been trying to stop the gap by issuing grant programs to persons in affected areas. He says the JCC has also partnered with the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica and the Jamaica Manufacturers Association for the joint private sector funds to facilitate greater resilience.
And those grants should be made available shortly as well. So we are working together to try and improve the situation in communities such as Black River, which have been significantly affected by Hurricane Melissa. But so we hope that the public sector will also come together to try and move as expeditiously as possible to get support to those businesses that are hanging on by a string or, barely have a lifeline to support them.
Natasha Williams, CVM News.
Residents and business operators along Collie Smith Drive in Trenchtown continued to voice frustration over a prolonged road rehabilitation project in their community, saying months of construction has left the roadway hazardous and negatively affecting daily life and commerce. More in this report from Curlin Brown.
For months, motorists, pedestrians and business operators along Collie Smith Drive have been forced to navigate dust, mud and uneven road surfaces as the major road improvement project is unfinished. Residents and business owners say the prolonged construction disrupts transportation, reduces customer traffic and creates health concerns. As for the dust nuisance, they say it's unbearable, and whenever it rains, it pours into holes along the roadway.
When it's like this, as you can see, the sewage water is stagnant here and it poses significant health risk. The odor is awful. It affects all the small businesses along the main road. So you know that because one side is broken, no traffic on the left side. So all the business on the left side, no customers, no nothing. So it's just awful.
Member of Parliament for the St. Andrews South constituency, Mark Golding, in acknowledging the hardship being faced, says he too is concerned by the delay, which has been complicated by other developments.
The problem has been the sewer system below the road, which was essentially damaged by the roadworks and found to be inadequate and therefore required additional contracting to sort out that problem.
Mr. Golding says the main contractor, China Harbour, is finalizing the procurement of the materials required by the NWC.
I am told that China Harbour plans to mobilize their subcontractor next week to commence the work to sort out the sewer problem.
And community advocate Dr. Henley Morgan says the project was designed to create more than just a rehabilitated roadway.
The idea is not only to pave over the road, but eventually to cover the gully that runs down the middle and to actually convert it into a promenade.
Meanwhile, concerns are being raised about the impact of bullying on students as education stakeholders call for stronger systems to identify, report and address the issue in schools. More in this report from Jaden Henry.
Data provided by the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, have revealed that there was an increase in the number of reported cases of bullying among Jamaican students between January and March 2026 when compared to the corresponding period for 2025. During the period under review, the National Children's Registry recorded a 32.4% increase in the number of reported cases of bullying. The CPFSA says it continues to work with schools and families to address the issue. Public Relations and Corporate Communications Manager at the CPFSA, Kristen Leng, outlines the effects of bullying and offers guidance to affected students.
Bullying is a serious issue that can have lasting consequences for a child's emotional well-being, their mental health, their self-esteem, their academic performance, and their general overall development. Children who are being bullied or who witness other children being bullied should report it to a trusted adult like a teacher, your principal, the guidance counselor. They can also make a report to the CPFSA by calling 211 so that we may provide them with necessary support.
While the data remain concerning, the big question is, has bullying become so commonplace in Jamaican schools that students are ignoring it? Bullying takes many forms: physical, verbal, or online abuse. However, it leaves behind one lasting impact: pain. Experts explain that bullying is likely to affect a child's mental health, self-esteem, and in many cases, academic performance. Students who are bullied sometimes become withdrawn or try to avoid school. This has led many schools to implement anti-bullying policies. However, not all cases are reported for varying reasons, top among them fear. While bullying is often dismissed as a joke, according to experts, the emotional scars are lasting.
Whether bullying occurs in person or online, it has the potential to leave lasting emotional scars on children that can follow them into adulthood, especially if it is not recognized and addressed early. It is also important for us to recognize that children who engage in bullying behaviors also require appropriate guidance and intervention so that we can address the underlying issues that are contributing to their behavior. The
The CPFSA, therefore, is encouraging parents, teachers, caregivers, and school administrators to take every single report of bullying seriously. We are also encouraging you to create safe spaces where children feel comfortable speaking openly about their experiences, and also to make sure that you intervene promptly before the situation escalates.
The conclusion for educators, parents, and experts searching for answers is no student should have to choose between getting an education or feeling safe at school alongside their peers. Child abuse reports can be made on WhatsApp at 876-878-2882. Khadijah Smith, CVM News.
Khadijah Smith there. CVM News at 7 continues in just a moment.
Did she just A, win the lotto, B, get a low light bill, or C, get news that she can't wait to tell? It's C, because when you refer your friends or family to JN Bank for a mortgage, you could get up to $100,000 cash, even if you don't have a mortgage with us. If your referrals get approved and moves from house hunting to home owning, you get rewarded. So go ahead, tell a friend and earn from it. Visit jnbank.com to learn more about JN's Tell a Friend Mortgage Rewards. JN Bank will help you find a way.
The greatest show on earth is here, and Fan Central goes into extra time for 39 days right throughout FIFA's Showpiece tournament. With a Pepsi in hand, of course. Catch the playbook with a tactical breakdown from our expert coaches. Come sit in our fan corner where you have your say on the day's action. Fame or shame, who were the best or worst players of the day? And have a laugh as we share some of the best reactions on social media. After the final whistle, it's extra time. Fan Central Extra Time. 8 p.m. daily with 10 p.m. shows on select days where there are 8 p.m. match kickoffs.
Fan Central Extra Time is brought to you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi. We also want to thank Digicel. Turn up your winnings this summer with...
Thanks so much for staying with us. As Jamaica experiences intense summer heat, Light and Power Company, the Jamaica Public Service, JPS, is seeking to reassure customers that electricity rates have not increased. The company says higher monthly bills are mainly the result of increased energy consumption as customers use more electricity to stay cool. Carla Ramdeen has this report.
A hot summer, but no increase in electricity rates. That is the explanation of the Director of Corporate Communications at the Jamaica Public Service, JPS, Winsome Callum. Ms. Callum explains that the company is not increasing electricity rates because of the current increase in the temperature. Instead, Ms. Callum explains that higher electricity bills are primarily the result of increased energy consumption by consumers.
The average cost right now for electricity per kilowatt hour is about 54 Jamaican dollars per kilowatt hour. So if you are an average residential customer using about 165 kilowatt hours for the month, then your bill will be just under $9,000. If you double this usage and go up to about 330 kilowatt hours, then at the same rate of $54 per kilowatt hour, then you will see a doubling of your bill to over $17,800. So that's how your usage drives your electricity bill.
Ms. Callum is encouraging customers to be mindful of their electricity usage, especially during the summer months, when appliances such as air conditioning units and refrigerators tend to be used more frequently to cope with higher temperatures. She says there are several energy-saving measures customers can adopt to help reduce electricity consumption and lower their monthly bills.
Run the AC for a few hours, make sure that you get the room nice and cool, and then you turn off the AC and you use your fan, and the fan will keep the room cool for the rest of the night. Instead of having persons go into the fridge every minute, opening the fridge and letting out the cool air and making the fridge work harder, why don't you put all of the water, all of the drinks in an igloo on the kitchen counter so that the children can just grab what they need from the igloo rather than open the fridge every other minute.
Ms. Callum says another factor contributing to higher electricity bills is the use of multiple appliances in different rooms at the same time, which can significantly increase energy consumption without customers realizing it. But she notes that some customers make a conscious decision to use more electricity during the summer months for greater comfort, accepting that this may result in higher monthly bills.
So at the end of the day, it's all about how much electricity you use. This is something that is within your control. So yes, at the $54 per kilowatt hour, if you use 200 kilowatt hours, you're going to pay just over $10,800. But if you use 300 kilowatt hours, you will go up at the same rate of $54 per kilowatt hour. Your bill will go up to about $16,200. So it's all in the usage, and you have control over that.
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
As Jamaica continues to recover from Hurricane Melissa while preparing for future storms, the country's disaster response efforts are getting a boost. The JN Foundation, in partnership with Lutheran World Relief, has donated more than $415,000 in emergency relief supplies to the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. The items are expected to support ongoing recovery efforts while strengthening the country's ability to respond when disasters strike. Crystal Williams has more.
For many Jamaicans still recovering from Hurricane Melissa, the road to rebuilding seems unending. However, emergency relief supplies valued at more than $415,000 are expected to provide some amount of support for the most vulnerable. The donation includes quilts, educational materials, baby care items, and personal care supplies, which will be distributed to infirmaries, drop-in centers, and other facilities through the ministry's Poor Relief Department.
When an organization such as Jamaica National can show the sort of interest that you have displayed in one of the most important aspects of the work of local government, the poor, it speaks volume to one of our leading private sector enterprise in the country.
Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie says the donation reflects the importance of partnerships in strengthening Jamaica's disaster response, especially as communities continue to recover.
The presentation this morning might not be of great significance to some, but to us in local government, it is a major investment. To be honest, I thought you were just receiving the items, but the check is heavy, bad. And it comes at a time when the work on the infirmaries are almost 85% complete. And this will also help us to ease some of the pressure.
He says the supplies will help reduce some of the financial burden on the ministry, allowing more resources to be directed towards those who need them most.
In the wake of the hurricane, the Jamaica National Foundation and other entities in the JN Group joined St. John Ambulance to go out on the road. In fact, we were in Trelawney and St. Anne by the Saturday following the hurricane. In some cases, teams were clearing roadways, helping people relocate, searching for staff members, and just sort of grounding themselves in the idea that we were going to pull through this disaster and pulling through meant giving of ourselves as individuals to those who were in need.
For the JN Foundation, the effort goes beyond responding to one disaster. The organization says its members witnessing the devastation firsthand reinforced its commitment to supporting vulnerable communities whenever help is needed.
We're not into handing out checks for a photo op and then walk away. We are in for the long run. And we understand as our people move around the communities during COVID and the burial and other disaster occasions, understanding the suffering of our people in the field. They walk with them, they talk with them, they eat with them, so they understand what is needed. And we try to do that, not just for one day or one meal, but for the long run. And we knew that the help that is needed after Melissa was going to be one for the long run.
Officials say the supplies will soon be distributed to facilities across the island, ensuring assistance reaches vulnerable Jamaicans as recovery efforts continue and hopefully before the next emergency arrives. Crystal Williams, CVM News.
The news now, a Manchester family is struggling to come to terms with the brutal killing of a loved one whose body was discovered at his home on Thursday morning. The victim, identified as Andrew Williams, was found with multiple gunshot wounds in Trinity District near Porus, leaving relatives searching for answers and grappling with profound grief. As the family prepares to lay another relative to rest, they are now faced with an even more devastating loss. More in this report from Akeem Arit.
They killed me, brother! Oh, God, still one,
A sad reality for the Williams family in Manchester, as the body of their relative, Andrew Williams, was found around 11 Thursday morning at his home in Trinity District near Porus in the parish. Williams, who is a landscaper, was found face down with what appeared to be multiple gunshot wounds to the upper body. This has left family members shattered.
We are not taking it easy because Andrew has been sick for a long time. However, we're not expecting him to go in this way by having died by the bullets of hoodlums.
This has left family members shattered. Williams, who is affectionately called One Son, is described by his brother Gerald as a generous man.
Very kind, very loving. In fact, we're from a family of 11, and he's the first to have passed in this tragic way. One son, we call him Andrew, has been a brother who is passionate about family. He has 3 sons, yes, and he just loves people. He would do anything for you. He never says never. He never says no.
The family is now saying no to what they describe as a gruesome act. The eldest sister, Dorothy, says this is a hard pill to swallow.
Anything you ask one son to do, he'll do it. You know, sometimes I have to say, one son, you can't say no to people. You know, everything, he goes out. He was just a people person, a loving person. Anything you ask. If it's that town, I say, Andrew, we can get coconut, you see the dry coconut or the jelly or whatever, naseberry, anything. You understand me? Anything you ask him to do, he'll do. He's just a loving brother.
The Williams, who are currently undertaking funeral arrangements for another relative come Friday, is at odds with reality. They now seek strength from above amid the tragic loss of life.
We are strong. We're a Christian family. We're a praying family. We're strong, and we will continue to bond. This will make us stronger, right? We will not lose faith. We will not lose hope, because we know that the God we serve is able to do exceedingly and abundantly more than we ask or think.
Akeem Aret, CVM News.
We take a break. Stay with us.
Welcome to the Pepsi Football Nation.
Rule number 1, it's called football, not soccer.
Rule number 2, they should get rid of VAR.
No. Every decision should go to VAR.
Write this down. Pepsi should be the official drink of the nation.
I love that. They won't agree on anything.
That's where Rule 100 kicks in. Everything gets settled on the pitch. What about you? What rule would you want?
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
For the moments that are best enjoyed with your hands, enjoy them with a KFC Big Deal or Big Bucket. KFC, it's finger licking good. The time by KFC is
7:30.
Welcome back. From AI in traffic monitoring to electronic gift cards and a closer look at the tech behind body-worn cameras, Tech Pulse takes you deep into what's trending this week on the global and local terrain. Welcome to Tech Pulse. AI is rewriting the rules of industry. Anthropic Claude Sonnet 5 and Google's Gemini OmniFlash are pushing agentic automation and conversational video editing into everyday workflows. In just 9 days and for only US $20 in application programming interface or API calls, a 20-year-old Chinese student built an AI-powered speed camera that detects speeding cars, reads license plates, saves video evidence, and auto-generates fines. He later demoed the system to a city district and reportedly sold it for $317,000 US, a striking example of how AI is collapsing barriers once reserved for big engineering teams and government budgets. Now that's something that Jamaica could use. Meanwhile, Jamaica has seen a raging debate over the use of body-worn cameras by the security forces. Officers saying a flashing red light makes high-risk entry near suicidal, and human rights lobbies insisting where there's a will, there's a way. Well, body-worn cameras have evolved from simple recorders to real-time intelligence tools. Today's devices stream live video to command centers, auto-activate when weapons are drawn, and integrate GPS and Bluetooth for synchronized coverage. The Axon Bodycam 3 introduces stealth mode, thereby disabling lights and sounds for covert recording during undercover operations. Officers can capture evidence discreetly with advanced audio clarity and night vision capabilities. We'll dig deeper in that with an expert next week.
Nice. This is our Axon Bodycam 3. This is one of our newest technologies. We're replacing the halo bodycam with this new bodycam. One of the capabilities of this new bodycam is that we can live stream. Oh, nice. So you can get live video and audio from any location. This carries a SIM card, international SIM card, so it picks up from any one of the carriers. Right. Okay. So as you can see, here. So this person is wearing the body cam and you're seeing the live footage. Okay. So here. From the device.
Meanwhile, every day is a birthday, so why not get your loved ones gifts of a virtual kind? Jamaican fintech GiftMe marked its 5-year milestone with the launch of GiftMe Travel at the AC Hotel in Kingston. The platform now lets users book flights and hotels while earning cash back, expanding beyond gift cards into a full digital lifestyle ecosystem. With over 65,000 active monthly users and $4.5 billion in transactions processed, GiftMe is positioning itself as Jamaica's one-stop digital marketplace. CEO and co-founder Rushio Billings recalls how it began.
It really started with a simple observation. I was in the United States in a mall browsing for clothes and other things. And I saw a physical gift card. I wondered what it was because I've never used a gift card before. With my product brain, I inspected it. And the gift card basically had a QR code and barcode and all different things. So I wondered to myself, is this my next idea? Because I was looking for an idea. And it came to me, but I couldn't see money. I just thought about it all night, and I was like, why doesn't Jamaica have this but in a digital version, right? That is when I said, I'm an engineer, I can build this thing, because it came to me in terms of how to build it, but I didn't know how to sell it.
Another way for innovation to meet impact. But that's it for Tech Pulse, and remember, the future is now.
Let's hear what's happening worldwide in regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. A St. Lucian is set to make history on the international stage as the island's first neurobehavioral practitioner. She's headed to London after being selected to present her groundbreaking research at one of the world's largest and most influential conferences on Alzheimer's disease and brain health. DBS TV has that report.
Mrs. Joseph will present her research titled Leveraging Neuroplasticity Strategies to Sustain Cognitive and Emotional Wellness in High-Stress Adults. Her participation places St. Lucia alongside more than 10,000 global experts, including neurologists, psychologists, clinicians, and public health leaders, exchanging the latest knowledge on dementia care and research.
It is a sad occasion as the legendary Total Eclipse of the Heart singer Bonnie Tyler has died. Sky News tells us more.
It's according to a statement on her website. We can show you that statement now that's been shared by the family. It was posted to Facebook as well. Bonnie's family and team are heartbroken to announce that Bonnie unexpectedly passed away last night in hospital.
We return with sports right after these.
The greatest show on earth is here, and Fan Central goes into extra time for 39 days right throughout FIFA's Showpiece tournament. With a Pepsi in hand, of course. Catch the playbook with a tactical breakdown from our expert coaches. Come sit in our fan corner where you have your say on the day's action. Fame or shame? Who are the best or worst players of the day? And have a laugh as we share some of the best reactions on social media. After the final whistle, it's extra time. Fan Central Extra Time. 8 p.m. daily with 10 p.m. shows on select days where there are 8 p.m. match kickoffs.
Fan Central Extra Time is brought to you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi. We also want to thank Digicel. Turn up your winnings this summer with Digicel.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.